Hello guys, Gojo here from 136. Uh, as we were speaking last week about Born, I would like to go on and say that let's discuss one more thing, which is about healing. So we have healers, we have life stealers, we have shields, and everything comes to one place. So everything comes to, if we want to look here in this stats, so here you see damage, healing and damage taken, and here it shows Terra Shield. So everybody, or the players at least I know, always have some kind of questions about what constitutes healing, and the reason why is because of two guys in particular. One being this notorious guy, Quinn. The skill is Dragon Power. So inflicts wound on all enemy units, preventing them from being healed. Question: wound. Yeah. So this is something in the game where wound plays a very big role in the game in tilting the battle. Here also another bad guy, Khan, which has inflicts physical damage to all enemies, okay, causes wound enemies that cannot be healed. So for now, I think these are the two guys who have this kind of skill, which makes them very special and still relevant in the game. If I give you an example, let's see. So here you can see Queen is still there. It's relevant. Khan being in second march, or for that matter, for example, here it's like both the damage dealers are there, Queen as well as Khan. Queen is here, but yeah, the point is that the game still revolves around this two immortals. Even if we have strategies, we have methodologies to counter them, but it's still there. So today I would like to discuss what are those counters and why it matters. So before we get into the understanding the report part, I would like to divide it into three stages. What is direct healing, then you have shields, and then you have lifesteal. And in that we will see how, let's say, the immortals and the skills come into the synergy. So I tried to show you pictorially how each of them look, tried to show you how the healers are, which directly heal the immortals. Then you have shields, which basically deflect the damages, and lifesteals, which are basically when you attack somebody and you gain back some HP in form of that. So there are immortals that are responsible for direct healing, which in chaos are Fufe, Ninetales, and Athena. Then you have the holy, where it is Theodora, and then you have Zenobia. In shields you have Wukong, because I would put absolute defense as a deflection mechanism over direct healing. Then you have Yi Sun Sin, who has a shield and it's very famous in the game. And then you have Toko and Charles. I would put Toko ahead of Charles because of the additional buffs and debuffs this provides, apart from the absorption of damage. And lastly is lifesteal, where it's actually one of my favorite in the game, because the shadow immortals take the lead here, starting with Born, then Tutankhamun, and finally you have Blaze in this case. Yeah, so let's jump in one by one, just looking at the healing part, or the healing aspect of the report, and not focusing on the damage or whatever the other factors that are there. So let's get into the immortals for overall look. I have put it in a table here: direct healing, shield, and lifesteal, and the immortals that we discussed, and the stats. The fact is, I'm not going to show you the animation here, how the immortal looks and stuff like that. but we will definitely jump in directly to the skills. So first going into Fufei. So here, as you can see, recovers all allied troops. So recovery rate is 300%. The good parts in here is that it removes all control effects on them and grants them immunity to all control effect. This makes it one of the best immortals. So if you are spending on one immortal from chaos that you would like to, and also upgrade it on a longer term, I would go with Fufei actually. The next is Ninetales. So Ninetales, passive upon entering battle, increases trigger chance of allied type trigger skills. So basically giving you a chance to have more of your skills hitting the targets, increases damage dealt. So this is a good one, but as I said, we are just basing it on the aspect of recovery. So in this case, if I go down and the recovery rate is 230%. Yes, you can boost it a bit more using the artifact of Ninetales. If I go here and I look at the artifact of Ninetale, it should be somewhere here. This shows that you can get another 30%. So 260% would be like the total healing that you would get in this aspect. Yeah. Then followed by that is Athena. She is also healing, but the recovery rate is like 80% at the maximum at the all total of it. Then let's jump into the shields. First is Wukong with the absolute defense rate of 100%, which basically makes it immune for the next incoming damage in this regard. Followed by Yi Sun Sin. I wouldn't actually call it as a shield, but because his skill is an aura skill which gives damage reduction of 30%, and he is a very tanky immortal, I am actually forced to keep him above Charles and Toku. Plus the advantage being the energy regen rate is about 95.2, whereas if I compare Charles on the other hand, his is only 76.2. So the chances of having a higher amount of damage reduction is in case of YSS as compared to Charles. And the reason why I had put Toku above Charles is the addition of, apart from the absorption rate of 30%, the addition of these things where it is giving himself positive effects as well as applying random negative effects to the enemy. It's random, yet the stacking of this can be beneficial in the long run of the battle as compared to Charles, which is simply just giving shield at, I think it's one of the tankiest shield. It's about 400% non-chaos, I would say. I think here it's 400% plus an additional by 150%, which is very high, yet it's just pure shield. So yeah, there are other immortals which actually are giving much more benefit as compared to Charles. Then coming to the life stealers, which is one is born with here showing that you have 25% of physical attack as lifesteal. So I think lifesteal is a very hush skill, but I would put it at the topmost point when I'm comparing healing, because this are not covered or not controlled by wound. Lifesteal can happen even if you are wounded, you still keep gaining. It doesn't block the healing part of it. I think Tutankhamun with all the damage it does, and the 70% chance to recover like 2% of the maximum troops also provides this nice benefit, because you always are comparing it to the maximum troops that you have, not a percentage of the physical attack or not a percentage of some other aspect. It's, you know, this value. So if you're able to pump your maximum troops, so it will stagnate at about level 35 and 9 and all the bells and whistles as you are aware of in the tech and everything. So if you are able to do all of it, I think you can get a max out of Tutankhamun as well. And Liz, which basically says inflicts the physical damage 250% on 2 random enemy units every 3 seconds for 15 seconds and transfers 25% of the damage to caster's HP. So basically having 250% into 2 every 3 seconds for so 5 times. So technically you are gaining also very nice skill in this case. Plus, if you are using her exclusive artifact, we are also giving some health percentage to the lowest percentage of current HP in the ally unit that you have. So this all in all makes Liz a very nice immortal. I think I am looking forward to her also coming back into the picture. But as it is now very hard to maximize shadow immortals, people are very picky when it comes to the value that they get out of it. I think now all the rage is Born and Himiko, and I would call her as a forgotten immortal, but not that much of gone from the page. So I think this covers it all. So all the shields and everything. So in the next part, we will check at some of the skills and then call it a day. And we shall see how much more we can stretch on this or call it a day about healing. I think we will be able to call it a day. So let's go on to the skills part. So now is the time for skills, as everybody always asks about skills, because skills are transferable between immortals. So let's go one by one from direct healing to shield to lifesteal. As I was sorting it out, I saw that there is so many skills when it comes to direct healing, whereas there are not many skill for shields and not many skill for lifesteal. So let's jump in. First is life protection and fountain of life. Both are basically so fountain of life is for healing. It recovers, I think, the maximum of 150% from the for the allies, for all allies actually. So it can be like a aura skill which affects everything, yet it's not, which gives it this additional benefit of putting another aura. Life protection is increasing the healing effect. So if you have a healing immortal, then you can get a very nice big healing effect of like 50% buffed, even more. Then if we come back to epic, let's start at the top, in my opinion, because that allows us to go through one by one. So spring of life, very nice skill. Increases healing effect received by all friendly units by 25%. Protection, it has 50%, and here it's just half. As well as the additional thing is the reduction in damage taken by 15%. Here the reduction in damage for the back allies is about 35%. Good. So that allows, and plus as I said, life protection is not a aura skill, but here it's an aura skill. So you can combine also life protection and spring of life for additional buff. So these three can go very nicely together, and the synergy will be awesome. I saw in the last KVK a lot of people using memory defense, uh, which was also very nice. It also increases the healing to 30%, and physical and magical defense increases also 10%. And the only problem is it comes every 12 seconds and it's a 65% chance, but it does work very nicely. Next would be, I think, vitality, touch, and purification. So this has been a favorite for everybody since a very, very, very long time, if I'm aware. So vitality, touch, and purification, along with Spring of Life on Theodora, on Zenobia, has been seen by these like old players like us for a really, really, really long time. So vitality touch is here. Every 6 seconds after battle starts, heal is about 400%, and allied that is currently lost most troops, and increases this unit's physical and magical defense. It just targets one immortal, which is still good enough because it provides the team with a much needed sustain in longer battles. Usually in rallies also, it does help a lot. The next would be purification, which is here every 3 seconds after the battle starts. So the recovery rate is 160%, but it is conditional on the fact that if you don't have any debuffs or abnormal states. So this basically removes wound, silence, stun, and all of these things, which is very nice when you want to counter wound. I would keep it higher, but the fact is you need some kind of Spring of Life or vitality touch, or even a healer for that matter, if you want to put it, so that you can get most out of it. Then somewhere down the line, I also see a lot of people using soul and energy synergy, which is to establish like a link, like a life link or something. And when you give your ultimate HP, you recover like 240% of your health. Apart from that, I think Shelter and Berserk. So Alex fans, Berserk, they love a lot because it gives a tiny bit of healing, yet also increases attack speed. But I don't put it so high on the list, as we are also looking at it from the context of Khan and Quinn, and Berserk has, I think, only benefit of increasing attack speed. The healing that is discarded is a lot. Usually, like at maximum, you can have 50% discarded, and at minimum, you have 30% discarded. But the recovery rate is also only 30% for every successful normal attack. That's why it's good for Alex and every DPS related immortals, but not as an overall skill for every kind of march. I think if you're a beginner player, so something for you which is very easily done, you can get support. The highest recovery is 350%, and also grace. So every 6 seconds after the battle starts, the recovery rate is about 200%, and it's also to one random ally unit. And lastly is Will of Angels. I don't see a lot of people using it, maybe once or twice in IB or something, because of the very low 7% recovery. Now, moving on to shields. We just put it here on the front. So you have 4 skills in shield. It's energy shield, ambush, jade barrier, and absolute defense. I have said, I think multiple times, that I'm using absolute defense in shield because it is not a lifesteal. It basically deflects or blocks. So that's definition of shield, and I think IK understands it, so they've also put attempt shield in absolute defense as well. So let's go on to energy shield first. Energy shield, every 6 seconds there is a 70% chance, 3 random friendly units. So I tried you can read through the skills, I think, in your own language, but if you're looking at it in English, then I have tried to jot down all the needed terms here so we can peruse through very fast, very quickly, because this is not a lot. So it's at the highest 240% damage absorption. It's a good thing because it absorbs both physical and magical damage, and it shields 3 models. It's every 6 seconds and 70% chance. Then it's ambush. I think it's a buffed version of absolute defense. It's every 12 second, 70% chance instead of 50% chance. It blocks 2 instances for 3 seconds. It blocks 3 instances for 6 seconds. But the fact is, here there is another additional thing of 300% damage, as can be seen in case of ambush. I think it should be right here. Oop. Yeah, damage rate of 300%. Yeah, and then it's Jade Barrier is the next. It's good if you're fighting magical immortals because it reduces, first of all, the magical damage that the players receive. Plus, it also shields 3 random ally units for magical damage only, for about 300%. The only downside of this skill is its 30% chance, but it still can be good. But I think the values, the percentages could be higher. And the last is absolute defense. Every 6 seconds the battle starts, 50% chance. So as we were comparing with ambush, I think we did discuss the skill. So in the beginning, I think in the second March or third March, you can still put the skill. It's still relevant to this day, and it's also very nice for PvE, like fighting the spider or other kind of gnomes or infernal assault marches. You can put it. It's still a relevant skill. The next being life steals, unyielding, desire of life, and absorb. So unyielding should be, we have so much skills actually. Here, when you have less than 70% troops, your critical rate increases by 50% and you will recover HP 30% for the damage dealt. I think I actually am loving the skill currently. I will, it's kind of like this like kamikaze concept of, if I have low health, I deal more damage because I have nothing to lose, and while I'm being a badass there, I still gain health and I keep gaining. So if you like being in this zone of like having low health yet dealing damage, I think unyielding is a nice skill. I do enjoy the skill a lot, which is why I am testing the skill now a lot, but I will still keep an update on what happens. The next would be desire of life actually. Yeah. After battle starts, deal physical damage to 2 random enemy teams every 6 seconds. If there is wound effect on the target, the damage is increased by 50% and 50% of the damage is converted to HP. The only catch here is that it has to be having a wound effect. So if you are not using an immortal that can cause wound effect, desire of life is basically just a damage dealer, and most of the time I don't see people gaining health from it. So this needs a little bit like you have to use it with a conjunction of Queen, or you have to use it in conjunction with Khan to get most out of it. But there are better skills when it comes to it, so I don't think if you're trying to get it, I would say consider getting something else also. You can give it a try, but I would put lifesteal on immortal heavy instead of skill heavy when it comes to desire of life. Last is absorb, grants lifesteal buff during battle. So this is where first time I see lifesteal buff is mentioned. So when you deal normal attacks, there is 55 chance of restoring HP equal to 100% of the damage dealt. It's a passive skill. It's a skill that you can use at the beginning of the game. Very easily you can get it as easy as level 27, and once you max it, you can give really nice sustain to DPS immortals. It can be Alex, it can be also actually Gilgamesh. I have seen very nice results with absorb. I think second March it should still be relevant, but once you reach higher, I think you can drop the skill to for better ones. So that's about it, guys. You can check the skills in your own language based on the images that I also posted in the video. I will try to put the pictures as well, so that you can also go through it. Have fun, and see you in the next one. Bye bye.